Everybody, what's going on? It's yours truly again, Miss Cat Rio, the girl when I last, and this right here is the latest video for my blog, y'all. So I've been really needing to make this video today because I am so overwhelmed with friction and anger and resentment. It's just coming out of my pores, actually, it feels like. And there are various reasons as to why this is happening. Not many that I can address at the moment. But some of the things that I'm having an issue with is just having a free moment to just think and clear my head and just have some oneness and alone time to be able to ground myself. Lately, I just feel like I'm really responsible for a lot of stuff, and I feel like I'm getting so much pushback by everyone in my life. You know, first I have the issue with the public, right? Let's just start there. 5 years into my transition, I am experiencing an increase in transphobia in the public, an increase in people being assholes to me and just being difficult with me, not being friendly, just being straight out rude and offensive. This was very reminiscent to how things were in the beginning 2 years of my transition, when I still didn't look at all female. It really welcomed a lot more abuse, and that's brought on a lot of abuse, and that's kind of like what I'm experiencing now. It's just seemingly happening more. I don't know, I can't really remember how much happened back then. I just remember that it sucked. And so that's happening. On top of that, my family is not vibing with me right now either. Like, my mother's not talking to me because I had a revelation with her. She doesn't seem to believe me when I tell her about my difficulties finding a job and being able to support myself, essentially. And it's not for a lack of trying. I have been putting out my resume. I've gone to a few interviews recently, but prior to that, people weren't even calling me for interviews. So here's the thing: when you're a trans person, your ability to get a job is really decreased a lot. But there's people that don't want to believe that. They don't want to believe the experiences that I'm having. There's friends and family members that don't want to believe that I get the, transphobic comments thrown at me and the hate that I get from the public. A lot of people just don't want to accept it as truth because, one, they don't experience it. They're never there when it happens. And what they fail to realize is that if you're with me, people don't treat me as bad as they do when I'm by myself. So, it's like I'm between a rock and a hard place here, because they don't want to believe me because it's more provocative to believe the alternative or the lie. They want to believe that it's something that I'm doing, an energy I'm giving off, or something that I'm saying, or the way that I'm dressing, or something that I'm inviting into my life that's making people treat me like this. Listen, I really have to stick to my guns to get a GoPro camera and hook it onto my person so that I can actually report people in real time and how they act towards me, in order for people to believe it. And then I'm going to post it on YouTube so that everybody can see. And then maybe people will believe that the shit that I go through is real. Then you have the people following me. That's kind of started to dissipate, it seems. I don't know. I don't want to, put all my chickens in a basket, but it kind of seems like it's dissipating. I hope it is, because that was really eerie and weird. On top of that, here living with my boyfriend has been challenging recently because I live in a small place, so 1-1, and neither one of us is working at the moment. So, we're always home together, we're always with each other, and I don't have a problem with being with him. on a day-to-day basis. That's not the issue. But I do need, at some point throughout each day, I just need to have some me time, just some alone time, where I'm not anybody's daughter, I'm not anybody's girlfriend, I'm not anybody's friend, I'm just me, and I can just be, and I can process my thoughts, and I can think about my life, and just make things make sense in my own head. And I can't do that when I have somebody yapping in my ear all the time, But when I say something about it and I ask for the, moment of me time, I get met with him being, his feelings hurt, or him being angry at me because I asked for it. And I just don't think that a half hour or an hour of me time warrants that type of response. I actually think it's selfish not to allow me to have that me time without giving me a hard time about it. When I make these videos, when I need to decompress, the reason why being alone is so important is because I'm allowed to just exist, and I don't have to be an attentive ear. I don't have to be doing anything with anybody. I can just be Kat, I'm not sure if that's making any sense. But then I feel bad because then he acts like his feelings are hurt or he's pissed off at me, and then I gotta, figure out what the hell to do about that, just I'm not asking for much, I'm just asking for a little bit of time by myself. Then I had the problem with my friends, or the lack thereof. I at one time thought I was rich with friends and had a bunch of people in my life that I can call a friend, and now I can't say that anymore because nobody comes around, nobody looks for me, nobody that I used to hang out with is even inquisitive about what I'm doing or my whereabouts, or if they want to do something. No, it's all gone. And I just feel really abandoned, The feeling that I'm left with right now is just that I feel like I'm completely misunderstood by everybody. Maybe I'm not expressing myself clearly, maybe I'm expecting too much from people. I don't really know. I don't have the answers. If I did, I wouldn't be in this situation, right? Sometimes when I watch my videos after I've made them, I just feel like, wow, I'm a really complicated person, And I don't mean to be complicated. I really don't. I know I am, but I don't mean to be complicated. I just want to be able to be me and be flawed and not have to be perfect and not have to be everything for everyone. I just want to be able to just be, It's like the reoccurring thing that keeps coming to my head, just being able to be, I think that I've been putting too much emphasis on things that really don't matter in life, like material things and money and, places that I want to go. I think I'm putting too much emphasis on these things, and I need to just get back to the basics and think about what's important. I don't really consider myself a Buddhist, but I have gone to the Buddhist temple a few times, and I used to go more frequently back in the day. And I really like the teachings of Buddha because of this really down-to-earth, simple way that they break things down. In Buddhism, Buddha talks about how the root of suffering is a desire. And when I look back on my life and the things that have made me upset and things that make me feel like I'm without or lacking are things that I desire. What do I desire? Material things, shallow, superficial things that don't matter. Recognition or attention from those people that don't matter. There's this tremendous amount of attention and energy that's being exerted on things that have no relevance to happiness or my well-being, and yet I choose to obsess over these things sometimes, and it creates a lot of, havoc in my life, So I think that the best way to change my situation is to, one, stop desiring these things that really just don't matter anymore. Stop worrying about where things are going to come from and just having faith that they're just going to come. To continue and persevering to get the things that I need, like, you know, finances in order to live a comfortable life and get some of the things that I want from my body, like my surgeries and stuff like that. All that shit will come in its due time. I just have to stop putting a post date for my happiness and saying, putting a post date on my happiness and saying, okay, that's when I'm going to be happy, when I get that surgery, or when I do this, or when I do that, or when I go here. That's when happiness will set in. It doesn't have to be that way. I can be happy right now. I just have to find it within me to do so. And stop feeling like I need anything in order to be happy. This is why these alone times are so important, because I get to process things, you know. Anyway, I will have everything worked out, for sure. Tomorrow I have a busy day ahead of me. I gotta go to the DMV with my boyfriend, and then I got to do a little small side gig for my friend to get some money, and then I have to go on a job interview. And it's gonna be a full day, so I better get some sleep. But I just want to put this video out there. Thank you guys for watching my channel. The like and subscribe button. If you know of anyone that might be able to benefit from this video, send it to them. Please leave your comments in the comment section. Would love to hear some advice. Would love to hear if you guys are going through anything similar that you can relate to. And until then, I will see you on my next video, guys. Take care. Good night. Mwah.